No salaries for MPs. Reduce the number of MPs. Chapter 3 of House of Pigs. Surprise of Day by Ronald Ssemyalo. The Survivors' House through the Speaker. Right Honorable Segi saw it wise to reinstate the age limit bill. This passed without noise, for it was not known in the ears of the citizens. The post of the governor would be contested for by a candidate with age not less than 35 years and not exceeding 75 years. This was to operate even to other posts except that of the youth. Honorable Segi introduced yet another bill that left the hogs in ultimate jubilation. Abolition of remuneration for public servants. However much this was a private member's bill from the minority opposition, the rest of the House passed it. The bill clearly stated that no need for a person who voluntarily gives in their time and had to faithfully serve their nation to be paid a salary. The best reward would be an allowance. The House believed that the resources available were extremely minute to lavishly please public servants. Thus, allowances put in place to cater for the accommodation, health, education, transport, and communication. Those voted could be given sitting allowances. In other words, allowances were meant to cut public expenditure on parasites like members of parliament, mayors, the ministers, and others. The aim was to break down service delivery to something usual done by usual people, basically on humanitarian grounds. The goal was to put to an end monetized politics. Reducing funds in politics could easily be done by making it non-lucrative. All the hyenas would starve to death, thus embezzlement and bribery in the arena would face natural demise. The survivors' government made resolutions in which mortgages were introduced to public servants at the lowest rates. These accessed houses of their choices, motor vehicles, and other properties easily with the intention to cut their greed. Upon passing the above, the People's Administration learned that the pigs were so solemn. However much some political players like Honorable Tales of the People's House underscored the survivors' achievements by calling their bills bullshit, the writings were on a white wall. Tales asserted that the survivors were plotting to introduce ghost wages and salaries to themselves, and the bill was meant to show how pro-people they were, yet in actual sense they were gluttonous warthogs. Tales added that their parliament had increased the members' remunerations because it was an open, clear, transparent, and pro-people house, and this money was to be distributed to the electorates throughout the country. Thirdly, Tales claimed that the legislators had uncountable bills in the form of loans dwelling their respective constituencies, helping those in need. Thus, 50 million shillings was like a grain of salt in a sea. Whatever it was, the pigs had decided, and guess what? Ordinary humans supported the survivors' decisions. Last but not least, the marginalized group sat and had a referendum in which the citizens, by majority vote, agreed to reduce the number of legislators by 2/3 of the previous number. The House that had 200 members was reduced to only 20 members. The issue of woman representative went with the too many rats. These reasoned that man and woman are equal and thus having a woman representative was unfair to the females because it portrayed them as a weaker sex, yet what a man can do, a woman can do, and at times better. Each constituency was supposed to have one member of parliament. Some were merged to the original colonial days. The districts established after 1995 were declared null and void. Wouldn't this be challenged in courts of law? The Africans on land jubilated what the islanders did every hour that passed. These set up numerous bars, clubs, schools, hospitals, and other business ventures called House of Pigs. Many humans were proud of their brothers and sisters at sea. No one could listen to the human rights activists like Lukwa Malcolm, who quoted Chapter 4 of the Constitution that protected women's rights, promoted equality before the law, for their noise had made no sense to the masses, yet the pigs were making wonders.